Let's get into the 5 simple tricks that can help you talk to anyone every time. Trick number 1. Start with a warm hello and pretend you're meeting an old friend. You've probably heard people say, first impressions matter. Well, it's true. A study found that people decide if they trust you in just a split second. So why do we sometimes freeze or feel awkward when meeting someone new? It's because of something called the spotlight effect. That means we think other people are watching us closely and judging us, but really they're not. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves. This fear can make it hard to say that first word. Don't overthink it. Just smile and say hi, hey, or hello in a friendly way. That first word is like opening a door. Once you say it, the rest of the conversation becomes easier. Here's a smart way to feel more relaxed. Pretend the person you're meeting is an old friend you haven't seen in years. Think of how happy you'd be to see them. When you do this, your voice, face, and body all become more warm and welcoming, without you even trying. This isn't fake, it's just choosing to feel good in the moment. And when you feel good, the other person usually does too. That's because of something in our brains called mirror neurons. We often copy each other's feelings without noticing. When you start off friendly and warm, people will often see you as nice, trustworthy, and even smart, just because of how you made them feel. Trick number 2. Read the room. You've probably heard the saying, actions speak louder than words. Well, science proves it. Studies show that over 80% of a first impression is based not on what you say, but on how you say it, through your body language, facial expressions, posture, and eye contact. Words are important, but your body often speaks first. When you walk into a room, your body sends messages before your mouth ever opens. Avoiding eye contact, you might come across as unsure or even untrustworthy, but open arms, relaxed shoulders, a genuine smile, and steady eye contact, that says, I'm confident, friendly, and worth talking to. This is what psychologists call nonverbal communication, and it's often more powerful than anything you say. If someone sees one positive thing about you, like warm body language, they assume other good things, like being smart or trustworthy. But here's the next level move. Learn to read other people's body language too. Are they fidgeting, looking away, leaning in? These small signs are like emotional subtitles. If someone starts tapping their foot or glancing at their phone, they may be bored or uncomfortable. That's your signal to switch things up. Maybe ask a question, slow down, or change the topic. You may only get one moment to show who you are. Use every tool, even the silent ones, to multiply your chances of making a meaningful connection. Trick number 3. The power of remembering little things, names, places, pets, and more. You may have heard the famous quote by Dale Carnegie. A person's name is, to that person, the sweetest sound in any language. Why? Because it's personal. It's tied to identity, history, and belonging. Remembering and using someone's name, along with other small details like where they're from, what pet they have, or a story they once shared, can turn a casual chat into a meaningful connection. When you remember details about someone, their brain sees it as a sign that they matter. This taps directly into the reciprocity principle. When someone feels seen and valued by you, they are more likely to trust you, like you, and return the favor. You're given a small piece of information, a name, a story, a pet's name, and what you do with it matters. If you bury it and forget, nothing grows. But if you nurture it, even the smallest detail can grow into something valuable: friendship, loyalty, or opportunity. For example, hey, how's Luna doing? Referring to their pet's name. Did you ever visit Istanbul? Or, how's your daughter enjoying school? These aren't just words, they're emotional anchors. When someone feels remembered, they feel respected. And when they feel respected, they want to keep talking to you. That's how conversations turn into connections. Trick number 4. Master the art of parroting, the secret to never running out of things to say. Ever been in a conversation and suddenly your brain hits a wall? You nod, smile, and pray for the other person to carry the weight. Here's the trick. You don't need to come up with something brilliant. You just need to parrot. No, not squawk like a bird, but repeat the last 2 or 3 words the other person said, using a curious or supportive tone. For example, if someone says, I just got back from Thailand, you respond, Thailand, with a slight upward inflection. That one word invites them to keep going. It shows you're listening, even if your brain is temporarily blank. This method is backed by active listening research, which shows that people feel more connected when they believe someone is truly present and interested. People who feel heard are more likely to trust, open up, and enjoy the conversation. That's why great salespeople, therapists, and negotiators often mirror tone, pace, or even posture. When you parrot someone's words, you create an invisible bridge that tells them, "I get you." Trick number 5, the compliment that actually works. Let's be honest, most compliments today sound like autopilot. You look nice, cool shirt, great job. They're easy to give and just as easy to forget. Why? Because overused words like nice or beautiful have become what psychologists call semantic satiation, when a word is repeated so much that it loses emotional impact. Much like a song played on repeat, its power fades. But here's the good news. A compliment doesn't need to be grand, it needs to be specific and sincere. For example, instead of "you look good," try "you have a really calm energy that makes people feel safe." Or, "the way you explain that idea, so clear and kind, shows real leadership." If you recognize and affirm someone's gifts, you encourage them to develop and share them more, which in return grows your relationship. Giving or receiving a compliment lights up the brain's reward centers, similar to receiving money or chocolate. In other words, a well-placed compliment literally feels good in the brain. The rarer the compliment, the deeper it lands. That's why it should be used sparingly, like seasoning, not poured on like ketchup. The more unique your compliment, the more people will want to be around you. So next time you meet someone, don't just notice what's obvious. Notice what's invisible to most, and say it out loud. Thanks for watching. If you found even one of these tricks helpful, imagine how your life could change by practicing them every day. Remember, confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, one conversation at a time. So, go out there, smile slow, listen deeply, and connect like you mean it. See you in the next one.